where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. I am looking for a simple, safe, predictable, and consistent 1% per week. Favorite shows on Costa Nostra. What's happening? Evelyn rules. Cool bean. Think time. Gotta love it. Rosalie Terry March. Okay. Save Jay Stryker. Good evening. Joey Vac. Joe Sweeney. Oh, Mike Sweeney's in the house. Think time. More likes can attract viewers. Keep it up. Yay. Chris Rock. Chris Rock is in the house. Alrighty. Let's get the ball rolling. It is, CDR wants to take a look at Meta. Why? Why would you want to look at Meta? META. All right, this is what we got. Here we go. Here's Meta. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Up, down, sideways. It's just going sideways at the moment. It's $660 per share. Why are you investing in something for $660 per share? All right, whatever. Let's take a look at what the options look like on the covered call for this for next week, because tomorrow's Wednesday. Okay, Heats, hold on a second. Rasta, do you think hedge funds make money by hedge? Absolutely. John, what's going on? Okay, John wants to take a look at Hormel. We're going to take a look at Hormel in a little bit. At this moment, we're going to look at Meta first and then Microsoft. All righty, so at $660, okay, if we're going to do a covered call here, the 660 is going for 11.25. Okay, just a little bit under 2% if you like Meta, which I don't. Can't fight it though. And I don't buy anything for $600 a share. I draw the line at like $250, $300. Okay, so let's take a good look at Meta. Alrighty. That's an interesting place for my drink. Okay, that being said, glasses on. But why is hedging is not allowed for individual traders? Yes, it is. You can hedge, okay? But you gotta have to have enough money. Hedge funds have lots of money. Why don't I like Meta? You want to open up that can of worms? You really do? Oh, wait a second. That makes me look like an old man. Let's get a different pair of glasses. Yeah, it's better. All right. So here we go, Meta. A year ago, we're sitting at 620. Rasta, what is FIFO rule? I know what FAFO means, but FIFO, what is that? Oh, first in, first out. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so a year ago we're at 619. Now we bottomed out just like everything else in April, 478. Now from 478, she jumps up to just almost a little bit below 800. There are a whole bunch of stocks that actually doubled, tripled, some of them even quadrupled from the bottom in April. This one didn't even double. No, I'm not a fan of Meta. Hold on, I'm going to tell you why. So from the high at 796, we dropped down back to 580. Now we shoot up. Look at the last 30 days. What is this thing doing? It's basically just going sideways. Look at it. Here's the high. Can't really count that. Here's the bottom. Down, up, sideways. That's basically all it's doing. Do you like Meta? I don't. Let me tell you why I don't like it. Okay, let's go. META. All right, Meta. Let's find out what's going on with Meta. All right, I'm looking at Yahoo Finance, where I can look up financial information from stocks. Who do we have over here making the noise? Who's making noise over here? Okay, John, we're going to take a look at that in a second. Okay? So we're going to look at historical data because I don't want to look at 10, 20 years worth of, quarterly reports, annual reports. When did they start paying dividends? When did they start sharing their profits? Well, that's kind of what I'm interested in. So now we are here in what's called the data stream. This is where all the data is. Okay, you got the dates, you got the opening price of the day, you get the high price of the day, the low price of the day, the close, the adjusted, and then the volume. Okay, since the stock first started, all the information is right here. But I don't want to look at the stock information. I want to take a look at the dividends, because the dividends is a portion of the company's profits that they give back to the investors. That's us. So I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to change it from historical prices, and I want to go to dividends only. And then I want to see every single dividend Meta has paid out, every single one. Let's find out. Well, imagine that. Okay? So, Costanastra, this is why I don't like Meta. The very first dividend was February 21st, 2024. This thing is barely 2 years old. Barely 2 years old. Why would I invest in a company that's barely 2 years old? Not that it's actually 2 years old, but it's only been the last 2 years that they've been starting to share their profits. 50 cents, now it's up to 52. Okay, fine. Anyway, let me clear up a few things first before we go on any further. Okay. Heats wants to take a look at Microsoft. We'll take a look at Microsoft in a little bit. But before I go on any little further, let me clear up a few things. Number one, this screen right here behind me is being recorded as we speak. So, online on YouTube, you can see all this information. Okay? Second, you want to have a conversation with me. Drop me your phone number and I'll give you a buzz. Alex is in the house. I see you, Alex. Now, when I say people, you want to have a conversation, send me a number and I'll give you a call, me personally. I'm not going to pawn it off on someone else because at this moment in time, there isn't anyone else. It's just me. That's it. Let's open it. I need to know this is my favorite show. Okay, thank you. Okay, why don't I like it? I don't like it because it only has 2 years of dividends. That's it, only 2. So how do I know that they're actually running the company properly and they are consistently profitable? They only have 2 years of profits to share. Well, that means I got to go in and take a look at all the quarterly reports and the annual reports. Yeah, no thank you. I don't want to do that. But, do you like it? Yes or no? Do you want to do it? Yes or no? Okay, I can't get behind a stock that's $600 because I can make the same amount of money off of a $20 stock as I can a $600 stock. And just to let you know, I really don't like putting $600 into anything one at a time. Yeah, no. A little out of my price range. Keelan Bay, how are you today? User I can't even read that, dude. Dev, how you doing? Dead Ringer, how are you? Oh, Kagdala. All right. All righty, so let's go on to the next one. Microsoft. Heats wants to take a look at Microsoft. MSFT. Now, I try to stay away from stocks over $300. This one's $478. Doesn't thrill me either. Okay? Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Down, up, down, up, down, up. What's going on right now? Right now, the last 90 days, the last 3 months, what has happened? Well, here's the top. Here's the bottom. down, up, sideways. Now she's going right there. If you like Microsoft. I love Microsoft. I do. They're very profitable, by the way. Who do we have here? Wow. Up, down, trader. How are you doing? Andrew, let me get my seat out so we can chat away. Chat away, chat away, chat away. What do we have down here? Reagan Hall, new to invest in. What do I invest in? Okay, so Reagan, I'm going to give you a little smidge of advice because I don't really give very much advice. But if you're just getting started, number one, you got to ask yourself why. Why are you doing it? That's a good question to start with, don't you think? Why am I putting myself into this situation? I got to put time, effort, and now I got to put my money up at risk. Why? Have you ever asked that question? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Why am I doing this? Why am I investing in the first place? That's the number one question, Reagan. Then you got to figure out how much time and effort do I want to commit to this? Because this is not a set it, forget it type scenario. This is something you got to do on a daily basis or a weekly basis even. The more time and attention you put towards it, and I'm not talking hours and hours and hours every day. I'm just talking, 5 or 10 minutes every day. It's all it should take you. Okay, it doesn't take long to open up. I'll give you a quick little example, a quick one. Okay, what are my positions? There they are right there. Okay, very first thing I want to do, the very top one. I right click, view trade, and it tells me everything I need to know. What did I buy? What did I buy it for? What did I sell? What did I get for it? And what is it at now? Once I get that information, then I can look at the chart and see what the chart is doing. Is the chart telling me it's time to get out? Maybe, maybe not. Well, let's put it up, AAP. Okay, here's the bottom, the top, where it was, where it is, down, up, down, up. Simple enough to read, right? All right, let's go back. View trade. What did I buy? What did I sell? Where is it at now? Where does it look like it's going? It shouldn't take you more than 5 or 10 minutes to do that. Once you figure out how simple and safe this strategy actually is, it should take you 5 to 10 minutes every day. And that's all it is. And then I go to the next one. The next one is Dow. Go up here. Dow, first thing I want to do, there's the chart right there. That's the first thing I want to see. Then I want to right click over here, view the trade. Okay, what did I buy? What did I sell? Where's it at now? Where's it going? That's it. People make this more complicated than it really needs to be. Number one, I got 5 rules. You ready? Rule number 1, never buy something you don't want to hold on to long term. It just doesn't make sense. Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. It kind of defeats the purpose. Okay? Rule number 3, wherever you plan on putting your money, make sure the company is consistently profitable. Rule 4, weekly options only. Hey, look who it is. Dude, I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing, Michael? Michael, I see you there. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself for a second, Mike.
Okay, I got it here. Hold on, yeah. Hey, hi, how are you?
Hey, where are you?
I'm at home for once.
You're at home? Holy cow. I haven't heard or seen from you in a while. How you been?
Yeah, I've been I have been hanging out, not doing any trading for the last few months because I was trying to get back to cash to be ready for whatever the hell's going on. But not that I'm not doing what you're doing. I'm just waiting.
just keeping a low profile.
Yeah. Been a lot of stuff going on.
All righty then.
Get right back into it. That's why I'm here right now.
Well, glad to hear you back. Glad you dropped off the face of the earth, and I was just kind of curious. Glad you're okay.
Yep. Glad you're alive and keep going.
I have nothing else to do.
He always drops off the face of the earth.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Flat Earth and everything, right?
Yep, he's always flying somewhere. All right, what else we got? Thoughts on Rocket Lab? I got in at 19. Okay, Vodvault, sit tight for a second. Hammerhead wants to take a look at Verizon. So we're still looking at Dow for a second. Look at this. Here's the top, here's the bottom, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look at this. Down, sideways, up. Well, that's pretty simple, right? What are the numbers? Well, I can buy it at $25.52, sell it at $25.50, pick up 70 cents for next week. That's a move of 1.5%. That works for me. But I already have Dow. Now, what if you don't have Dow? Is now a good time to buy it? Well, I can't tell you that, but look at the chart. The top is here at 42. She drops down to 20. That's a 50% drop. I get people asking me almost every single night, what happens if the stock drops? They all do. I have never, ever seen a stock go straight up. Never. They go up, they pull back. They go up, they pull back. They go up, they pull back. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Now, that's what they do. That's all they do. They don't come to your house and wash the dishes. They don't mow the lawn, trim the hedges, take the dog for a walk. No. Stocks go up, stocks go down. That's it. That's all. Okay, let's open it and see. Okay, got it. In America, FOFI rules prevents you from hedging. So how you... Oh. You ever notice when you get a sneeze, it's just this building right there? It's going to come out very shortly. All right, so do I like it at $25.52? Of course I do. The company's been in business for over 100 years. Why not? So look at the last 90 days. Okay, here's your top, getting close. Bottoms out, shoots up, pulls back, goes back up again. All right, let's do the $25.50. See what it looks like. The only time the stocks don't go up is when you touch them. Alex, you let me know what you're going to buy, and I'll make sure I don't. I actually knew a friend like that. He says, hey, you want to make money in stock market? You just look at whatever I'm buying, and then you do the opposite. That's what he told me. I don't know, Alex, that could be true. All right, so let's get rid of this. Let's try Dow at $25.50. Well, I like it. I don't know about you guys. Now, I don't tell anyone what they should buy, what they should sell. That's one thing I just don't do. Let's just do one contract, see what it looks like, see what it sounds like. Is it going to be profitable? If so, how much? Here we go. Buy one covered call of Dow 100s. That is the weekly trade. 16 January 26. That's not this Friday. That's next Friday. Now, the only reason we're not doing this Friday, because Monday and Tuesday are already gone. Okay, step back for a second. We're doing weekly options. If you didn't know what a weekly option is, it's available every single week. Hold on a second. January, that's this, I'll go over this side. 9 January, that's this Friday. 16 January, that's next Friday. 23 January, it's 3 Fridays away. 30 January, 4 Fridays away. 6 February, 5 Fridays away. 7 Fridays, 8 Fridays, so on and so forth. Every single week. Hey, Miss Christie, thank you for that. Every single week, I'm going to sell an option. Now, I didn't say buy an option. I don't buy options. Okay, because 80% of all options expire worthless. So I don't want to be a buyer, I want to be a seller. And the option that I sell, well, yeah, I want it to go to zero. The reason why I want it to go to zero is because you may not have thought this all the way through, but you got to equalize the equation. Let me briefly explain what I mean by that. Anytime you're going to make money in anything, someone's buying something, someone's selling something, and then there's a profit. A, B, C. Buying, selling, profit. Well, in the stock market, you can sell, grab the profit, and eventually you got to buy. You have to finish out the equation because you can't move from one deal to the next deal without finalizing one deal. So there's three, A, B, C, buy, sell, profit, or loss, one or the other. So it's buy, sell, profit, loss. Okay, sell, buy, profit, loss. Either way, okay, you gotta finish the equation. So if I buy something, eventually I gotta sell it in order to make a profit. If I sell something, eventually I gotta buy it back in order to finish out that contract and get my profit. So in the stock market with covered calls, we buy the stock first. No sound on YouTube. Uh-oh. No sound on YouTube. Hello, hello. Oh, yeah, check that out. Oh, okay. Video. Okay, hold on a second. Let's delete that. Clear that out of there. And add this. Video capture device. Okay. This is okay. Okay. Give me a second while I get this figured out. Alrighty. Now, microphone auxiliary. Well, let's delete that. Yep, delete that. And let's add another microphone. Media, audio. Audio input right there. Default, and this is what we want right there. Okay. And testing. Is it work? Oh, wait a minute. There it is right there. How's that? That should be much better. Seems to be working now. Okay. Okay, let's do this, and let's do that, and there we go, and bring it down there. Now we are. Okay, I forgot where we were. Okay, sunny days. Okay, sound should be there now. Sunny days. I'm very new to this, so these are very helpful tips. Well, you are welcome. Uh-oh. Let's go here. Now, where did we go? We missed some questions. QYLD, yep, we didn't do that one. Okay, here we are right here. All right, Regan. Okay, Rocket Lab. We're going to take that in a minute. Right now, we're looking at Dow. Let's do the 2550. Let's finish that off. Let's do just one contract. Now, right there and at the market, and there it is, and here we go, and here's Johnny by one covered call, Dow. 16 January. Now, this is where we went, squirrel! It's where we want to ride. So, the 16th of January is next Friday, not this Friday. So why are we looking at next Friday? Well, Monday and Tuesday are gone, right? Now, with Monday and Tuesday being gone means we have Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Wait a minute, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 3 days left. All right, but do the math in your head. You have 5 days, Monday through Friday, that's 5 days. Okay, so we're talking about theta decay. A little confusing. Theta decay is one of the Greeks. What it is the acceleration to zero, time value. So the time value of a weekly option is for 1 week. And weekly options, they can be 30 days old because, see, we can get options all the way down to like 6 or 7 weeks out. But as the time ticks away, the value of that option slowly decreases down to zero. Eventually, it will get to zero, eventually, unless there's intrinsic value. But that could get really confusing. So here's the thing. Let's make it as simple as possible. Okay, theta decay, Monday through Friday. We want to jump in on Monday, get out on Friday. That would be ideal. That would be perfect. So, 5 days. Monday's gone. That's 20% down. So you get 80% left. Tuesday's gone. That's 40% down. Now you get 60% less. Can you actually get 1%, which is 3 days? Because you just lost 40% of your possible weekly cash flow. Because 1 week, one weekly option that's going to expire this week, 9 January, only has 3 days left. It's a high probability that you're not going to get a full 1% for only 3 days. That's why we're looking at next week, 16 January. And if I'm doing 16 January, I want to go for at least 1.5%. Because that's a week and a half. Maybe. So anyway, sunny days, you're new. Take your time, relax. I'm here every night. Okay, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 9 o'clock until about 11:30. All right? Keep showing up. Keep asking questions. The strategy that I'm teaching here, it's one strategy I'm teaching and only one. Okay, now on my paid services, my paid groups, yeah, we go over a bunch of different strategies if you want to. But we try to stick to this one. It's simple, it's easy. We're in, we're out, we get our 1%. That's over 50% per year. That works. All right. Okay, John, we're going to take a look at Hormel in a minute. All right. To find out my rate of return, okay, 16 January, the 25.50 call option. The stock is currently at 25.60. We're going to sell it at 25.50, and we're still going to walk away with $70 as our profit after everybody takes their tidbit. Okay, after all is said and done, I'm walking away with $70. Okay, well, I'm only putting in $2,400. So to find the rate of return, we take the profit, $70, and we divide it by the investment, $2,400. Okay, so profit, $70.50, and we're going to divide that by the cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, because we want to know all the costs. Great. Well, that's $2,480. $2,480. That comes to a grand total of 2.8% for 1 week and a half, 2.8%. So that's kind of like 1.4 for each week. So I'm okay with that. I'm going to save that one because I like that number. All right, so let's save Dow for prosperity, so eventually someone will want to take a look at it. It's the one we found today. There it is right there. Dow. Got to love it. Buy one covered call at Dow, 16 January, that's next Friday. The 25.50 call option, well, $70 is my profit, $2,400 is my investment, 2.8% for 1 week and a half. Think about it. If 1% a week, if that's 50% a year, what's 2%? 2% a week's got to be over 100%. It's a simple, safe, predictable trade. That's what I'm looking for. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, 1% per week. So, we're going to save this one. And we're going to put it right over here with this week. All righty. 2.8. Now, this was yesterday's list, and this is today's list. So what else can we come up with today? Let's save that. Okay, we'll come back to that in a little bit. What else do we have? Okay, Johnny wants to take a look at Hormel. Now, if you didn't know, Hormel, HRL, is a dividend king. They've been in business for over 100 years. 100 years. So, what are we going to do with Hormel? Let's take a look at it. There we go. Back to where we started again. HRL, Hormel. No, no, no. Sorry, John. No, 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 no. Look at that right there. What I do like about Hormel, besides the fact it's a dividend king, high, high, high. Look at it, triple high right there. Okay, we drop. Here's the bottom right there. About a couple of weeks ago, we shoot up. Now we're pulling back right here. Let's zoom into that a little closer. Okay, check that out. Last 30 days, she gaps up, comes down, goes sideways. Now she's dropping. Now, yesterday had a lower bottom than today. So today's bottom's a little bit higher. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Hormel. But what's the number looking like? 22.85, the 23s are going for 10 cents. So, sorry, John, I'm going to say no to Hormel because the premium that they're paying is not enough. Sorry. Next. Verizon. Somebody want to take a look at Verizon, a VZ. Top, bottom, is, up, sideways, down, up, sideways. We're sitting here at 40.30, and the 40s are going for 21. 0.5%. No, thank you. And that is for a week and a half. No, thank you. Rocket Lab, isn't that RKL, I think? RKLB. Why the hell did I know that one? Okay, who came up with this one? The VOD Vault. You bought it at 19. Thoughts on Rocket Labs? I got in at 19. You do realize it's at 86. 19 is way down here. Okay, so let me say something. I'm going to say it really slow just so that you understand where I'm coming from. Number one, I can't really tell you what to do, but here's what I have learned over my many years of investing. It's not a profit until you take it. That's number one. Number two, nobody ever went broke taking profits. Think about it. Nobody ever went broke taking profits. Take the profit, don't take the profit. That's your call. Can it go higher? Yeah, it can. Is it going to? Don't know. Isn't that weird? We just don't know. But look, the bottom is here at 15, and she jumped up to 86. Now, that's a better investment than Meta. Okay, Meta didn't even double in price. This thing goes from 15 to 30. That's double. 45, that's 200%. 60, 300%. 75, 400%. Now she's at 86. So a little over 450% from the bottom in April to where we are now. 450%. That's a nice little jump. How often does that happen? How often do you get that? Me? Never. Not once. Never, ever. And I've been investing for about 30 years. Never, ever, ever got a triple, quadruple, something like that. Never. Taco Eater, how are you? Kimo, how are you doing? Zurovsky, what is your biggest holding? I would have to say Macy's. I'd like to look at their free cash flow. For Solomon, which one? Which company? I'm very new at this, thank you. Helpful tips. Okay, Pico wants to take a look at Mio. What the hell is Mio? Oh, anyway, to get back to Rocket Lab, it's at the high of the year. Now, besides the fact that you got in at whatever you got in at, all right, why are we looking at it? It's at the high of the year. What play is it? Are you suggesting we buy it at the high? Well, that's a no. We're off the top. Why would I buy something at the high of the year? That's when I want to sell. Next, let's go to the next. We have sound, but with echo, which sounds like maybe you're picking up with two mics. Thank you. Let's go back to that. Studio sound, audio input capture. There, how's that? Okay, so I turned one microphone off and one microphone is still on. Now, that's the way it looks like anyway. All right, thoughts on Rocket Lab? We just gave it on Rocket Lab. Adam, how are you doing? Lisa, good evening. Jeeve, what's happening? Lewis Jackson's in the house. Shock Trader wants to take a look at Annaly Bank. Okay, NLY. It's on my list. Again, what is the play here? Why are you showing me something where there's no play? It's at the high of the year. Why do I want to look at something at the high of the year? What's my thought on Bitmine? Vilma, you got to give me the ticker symbol. Because, you know, most of the ticker symbols that I invested in a long time, I know right off the top of my head. I never heard of Bitmine, so I have no idea what's happening. Heats. Dividends don't tell the whole story. Look at Realty income. Dividend increase, stock is down. Yeah. Dividend. Wait. Heats wants to question me, and he's using Realty. Okay. Now, just to let you know, I don't like Realty. Hate them, as a matter of fact. Number one, they're monthly options. I don't do monthlies. Number two, they're not consistently profitable. So, let's take a look. Realty Income Corporation. O is the ticker symbol. Okay, 57.42. That's the current stock price. So let's take a look at the dividends. How consistently profitable is Realty? Okay, well, Realty goes all the way back to 2012. Now, when I say 2 decades, that's 20 years. 20. Okay? This thing only goes back to 2012, which is only 14 years. So 14 years is going to be a no. But hold on, let's take a look. The dividends, 14.1, 14.6, 14.7, 17.5, 17.6, 17.6, 17.6, 17.7, 17.7, 18.3, 18.5, 19.2, 19.3, 19.5, 20.4, 20.5, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 22, 22.6, 22.7, 22.8, 24.7, 24.8, 24.9, 25.6, 25.7, 26.3, 26.4, 26.9, and 27. Well, they got 14 years. 14 years of increased profits. Well, that's good. But it's a monthly option. I don't do monthly options. Now, the reason I don't do monthly options, other than you ready for this? This, what we're looking at, okay, down, up, down, up, down, up. What we're looking at here is 30 days, okay? 30 days ago, we're at 58.50. Well, today, we're at 57.42. Now, tell me where it's going to be in another 30 days, because that right there is 30 days. That's one thing. Second thing, right now it's at 57.42. The 57.50s are going for 50 cents. Okay? Where's it going to be in 30 days? I don't know. What is 50 cents on a $57 stock? That's about 1%. So I'm making 1% for the month of January. Why the hell would I want to do that? 1% per month? Yeah, no thanks. That's only 12% per year. Why would I want to do that? And you said the dividend increase, stock is down. No, stock is not down. Okay, here's the bottom right here at 50. Last year we're at 53. We shot up to 61. Now we're at 57. Just a little retracement. It's not down. It went up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, now we're right here, basically going sideways. So if you like monthlies, sure, why not? Because they got 16 years of increased profits. 16 or 12, I don't know, but not enough for me. And I don't do monthlies. How do you choose your right option? Whichever is closest. Let me give you a quick little example. Macy's. Okay, Macy's just entered into a new trading range. Here's the high, here's the low. Look at the flow, up, down, up. She's definitely going up right now. 23, 22. The 23s are going for 69, for 89. So how do I choose my right option? Whichever is closest. Right now, the stock is at 23.22. So what's the closest to 23.22? It's the 23. Or we could do the 23.50. You know what? Let's do both of them and see which one is better. But before we do, the 23.50, the stock's got to go up. So you have to wait for the stock to perform, which means the stock has to do something. But the 23, the stock doesn't have to do anything. It could stay exactly where it is, and it could even come down a little bit, and I'd still make my money. I personally would prefer the 23 because it's a safer trade. It's going to be less money, but the safety factor is what I'm looking for. Because remember, I'm going to be 62 in a couple of weeks, which means I collect Social Security. You didn't know that, Mike, did ya? I get Social Security this month. Yay for me. Anyway, so let's do the 23 and the 23.50, and then you decide which one sounds more logical to you. All right. Eric, we'll take a look at Advanced Auto Parts in a little bit, all right? And then Michael, ORCL, Oracle, of course. Lisa, Guild? No idea. Mush, American Airlines? Okay, sit tight. We're going to do this one. We're going to do the 23s, and then we are going to do the 23.50s. Okay, so here's the 23s. One at the market. Here we go. By one covered call, Macy's, 16 January. That is next Friday. Okay, the 23 call option. $72, 2,200. What's the rate of return? Rate of return with a $72 profit, investment $22.28, gives me a total return of 3.2% for 1 week. Week and a half, sorry. Let's hold on to this one. Where are you? Where are you? What was it again? 3.2. There it is. Macy's, right there. Macy's, 16, 23, 72, There's all the numbers you need to see. But it's still 3.2%. Okay. $3.2. Now that's for the 23. Okay. Now let's do the 2350. Let's do the 2350 and see what that looks like. Okay. Do the exact same thing. We're just changing this right here from the 23. Okay. We're going to change it to 2350 right there. Okay, now it says 2350. Same stock, same strike date, same expiration date. Let's hit confirm and send. Here we go. Buy one covered call, Macy's 100. That's the weeklies. 16 January, same exact strike date. Now the price 2350. Profit 97, investment 2253. Let's see the rate of return on this one. Profit 97.50 divided by the investment 2253 gives me a rate of return of 4.3. But no, it's a better return, but remember, the stock has to go up. Right now, the stock is at 23.22. Okay, the safer trade is the 23. More profitable is the 23.50 if you like Macy's and willing to hold on to it longer. That's how I choose which option I want to do. I actually go through the exercise because a covered call is one of the few strategies you can actually know what the rate of return and what your profit's going to be before you even do it. So let's save this one. And it is 4.3. We've got to remember that one. Come on. There it is. Macy's, 16 January. The 2350 call option. It's a little bit different than the 23, just by a little bit. 97 is the profit, 2353 is the investment for a 4.3% for 1.5 weeks. Think about it. Do you like Macy's? That's a big question. Do you like Macy's? Damn it. Hate it when it does that. I forgot last night someone was going to help me out with that one. I think it was Dr. Dev was going to help me out with that, and I forgot to call her. Anyway, let's move on. QYLD. Jeeve, why would we want to do QYLD? QYLD. Now, Jeeve, we're going to go right to Yahoo Finance and show you why I don't like QYLD. Okay? So, we are at Yahoo Finance. We're looking at the dividends from 2012. No, I want to look at more than that. I want to look at all the dividends, 2013. Still not 20 years. Okay, first dividend, January 2014. What is that, 12 years? Jeeve, 12 years. I said 2 decades. This is only 12. Hold on, let's check it out. 2519. All right, hold on a second. Jeeve, if my very first dividend is 25, how am I going to feel if my second one is 19? That's a $6 drop. A $6 drop on 24, well, 20%, no, not 20%. But anyway, it's a big drop. Okay. Down, up, down, down, down. Doesn't look good. Okay. 19, 24, higher, lower, higher, lower, lower, higher, lower, higher, 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 lower. Do you see that? Higher, higher, lower, 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 higher, higher, lower. Yeah. Okay, 22, lower, higher, higher, lower, lower, higher, lower, higher, lower, 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 higher. Now, Jeeve, do you see that? QYLD, not consistently profitable at all. Think about it. Why are you putting your money into something that's not consistently profitable? Take a look at Microsoft, MSFT. Whoops. MSFT. Now, this is what I consider as consistency of profitability. Microsoft, let's go all the way back. All the way back to the very beginning, which 2 decades is going to bring us back to 2006. So here we go, 2006. Okay, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 16, 20, 23, 28, 31, 36, 39, 42, 46, 51, 56, 62, 68, 75, 83, 91. Did you notice, Chief? Each and every single dividend went higher and higher and higher year after year after year. QYLD, no, their profits aren't consistently increasing. Sometimes they're up, sometimes they're down. Now, you may or may not be at a point in your life where you're not relying on your income from your investments. Well, I am. I don't have a paycheck coming in anymore. I mean, granted, I get my Social Security, hopefully, at the end of the month, somewhere around there, hopefully. Because it's going to be a chore trying to figure out how that paperwork works. I'm not very good with paperwork. I hate it, hate it, hate it. But anyway, I choose my stock options extremely close to the purchase price. So if I'm buying, well, let's go pick out something else. Let's get out of this. Okay. Cover. Let's go right there. All right. So if I'm buying the stock right here, 23.22, me personally, I'm going to pick the 23. It's safer. Okay. The 23.50, yeah, it's more profitable, but the stock has to perform, which means it has to go up. At least the 23, the stock doesn't have to move at all. So, Jeeve, no to QYLD. Sorry. Aiden, how are you today? Miguel Hernandez, ¿qué pasa, amigo? ¿Cómo está? Recommend for fear stable dividends. What are stocks? Okay, Jeeve, dividend kings, dividend aristocrats, dividend champions, dividend contenders, anything on Warren Buffett's list. Try doing a drywall class, fix that place up. Useful hobbies. A drywall class. I probably could do that. I do know how to do drywall, believe it or not. All right, over on this side over here, Sunny Days, looking for a study partner. Oh, way to go, Miss Lisa. Big Bob, if you sell the strike below the actual price, do you have to deduct that in the calculations? Yes, you do when you're doing it separately. But when you're doing it in the exercise which I just showed, the computer already does it for you. It already deducts what it is. It gives you a rough idea because all these numbers, they're here now. But tomorrow morning at 9:30, all these numbers are going to change. What doesn't change is the mathematical equation. What am I buying it for? What's the closest strike price? Okay, what am I selling? What am I collecting? What is the math? You divide the profit by the cost of the shares, plus the commissions and the fees to get your rate of return. By the time you do all these calculations, all these numbers are going to change when the market's open. Well, tonight, the market's not open, and then we can read the numbers without them changing on us. Okay, next. Would you look at Advanced Auto Parts? Didn't we look at Advanced Auto Parts already? I looked at them once today. Okay, here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look at this, down, up, down, up. 41.36, the 41.50s are going for 133. Yeah, that's almost 3% if you like Advanced Auto Parts. Well, down, up, down, up. Simple, right? Let's look at the last 90 days. That is the last 3 months. Gives us a good idea of the movement. Top, bottom, okay, up, down, up, What happened here? Well, the last 30, here's your last 30 days. Top, bottom. That's it. Here's the top 30-day high, 30-day bottom. Now she's going back up again. But is she? Ask that question. Because, see, Friday, this is Friday right here. Let me zoom in a little closer. Friday is the bottom. Monday, yesterday, is a little higher. Now, today, well, now it's going up. But that's only 2 days to the upside. Not a whole... Not totally encouraging. I like 2 days the upside, and then on the third day, I'll jump in. So, useful hobbies. I'm not 100% sure why you don't like my room. Now, I did have to put the whiteboard up a little bit higher because the whiteboard had other TV. There was another TV or another monitor here, but then I got the Vibe board. So, yeah, I haven't moved the whiteboard up and I haven't written down here yet. But other than that, there's no holes in the wall. The room doesn't need anything. But I thank you for your input. Lisa, wait. Sorry, Lisa. Michael wants to take a look at Oracle. He asked first. O-R-C-L. Oracle. What's top, bottom? Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up, down, down, up. What's going on here? Okay, now I do have a bunch of Oracle. Last 90 days, last 3 months. Top, bottom. Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up, down. What's going on there? Not a whole heck of a lot. $30 days ago, we shoot up. Here's the top. Big drop down. Okay? Sideways. Now she's dipping. Not time for jumping in. Now, I already own some. So, it is what it is. Lisa wants to take a look at GILD. G-I-L-D. G-I-L-D. Gilead Sciences. Interesting, but maybe not today. Okay, here's your bottom. Here's your top. Shoots up, pulls back, shoots up, pulls back, shoots up, pulls back. What's going on right there? Okay, last 90 days, last 3 months. Top, bottom, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, down, up, down. What's going on here? Not quite the move I was expecting. Top, bottom, down, up, down, up. Okay, so she is bouncing off this 117 going up, but today's only 1 day. I like 3 days to the upside before I jump in. Okay, Lisa? Mush wants to take a look at American Airlines. Okay, American Airlines, AAL. Interesting. Top, bottom, is, drop, up, down, up. Okay, what's going on there? 1567, 1550, 61. That's about 4%. Let's take a gander at it, see if you like it. Okay, the last 90 days, which is the last 3 months. Top, bottom is, look at this, up, down, up, down, up. Top is here, we're right about there. Let's take a gander at the last 30. See, the last 30 days gives me a good idea where it's going next. Up, down, up. Well, what happened today? Today, she opened up here and closed down there. So could that be changing positions? Could it be going down now? Because here's your bottom, here's your 30-day top, hits the bottom, turns around. Well, today, don't get me wrong, I like American Airlines. The numbers look okay. 1567 to 1550 is going for that price right there. But what's going on here? Why is today a down day? Could it be changing direction? So before I jump into American Airlines, I want to wait and see what happens tomorrow. Is tomorrow going to be down or is it going to be up? Because if it's up, it's going to like a continuation. Because we have a higher low and we have a higher. Even though we ended up lower than we opened, we still have a higher low and a higher high. It's still going up. Thoughts on Hertz for next week. Do I buy SLDP? What the hell is SLDP? Ange. SLDP. Solid Power Inc. You can buy it. I'm not. I don't do monthlies. Okay? January, February, May, August. Yeah. I don't do monthlies. The numbers just don't work in my favor. Okay? Sorry about that. Alex, thoughts on Hertz. HTZ. I think I still have some Hertz. Top, bottom, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Sideways up, sideways down, up. Okay. 560 to 550 is going for 39. Well, wait a second. It's going for 566 at the moment. Yeah, 564, 566. Okay. 39. Well, let's try that one. Look at the movement here. That looks favorable, doesn't it? Well, last 90 days, top, bottom, down, up, down, sideways, and then up. Okay, makes sense, right? Well, let's see what the numbers look like. Okay, looks interesting. Let's get out of there. Let's change this to covered stock. Let's do the 550s. If you please, right there. And here's Johnny by one covered call Hertz. 16 January, which is next Friday. The 550 call option. 27 is the profit. And 523 is the investment. So let's see what those numbers look like. Clear that. 27 is the profit. To find out the rate of return, we divide the profit by the investment, 523. For one contract, 523. 23 gives me a grand total of 5%. If you like Hertz. If, only if you like Hertz. 5%. Why not? $5.1% for Hertz, if you like it. I forgot what that one was. Oh, yeah. That one was 4.3, and it was the 23.50. Okay, that was that one. Now, this one here. Here we go. All right. Hertz, 16 January, the 550 call option, 27 is the profit, 523 is the investment, and it is a 5.1 rate of return if you like Hertz. Never buy something unless you're okay with buying it, owning it, and hold on to it. All right, let's get rid of this. Damn it. Hate it when it does that. Let's give it a minute. What else do we have? Thoughts on Hearst? Yep, we did that one. Oscar, my shares are up $7-8 today. Okay, I see they change as the market changes. Absolutely. Crazy, you have multiple accounts and streams going both on my feed. Way to go, Frederico. Lisa, ignore people talking about your stock. Oh, please. I think I will. Thank you there, Miss Lisa. PFLT. What the hell is that? PFLT. And this one was 5 point something. What was it? 5.1. 5.1. That works for me. 5.1 for Hertz. I'm going to write that one down. Hertz, 5.1 for tomorrow. Uh-oh, low battery. Let's play swappy changey right over there. Oh, that's lovely. Right to my drink. All righty. All right. What else do you look for other than 3 days up? Oscar, good question. What I'm looking for specifically, Mr. Oscar, let me get back to where I need to go. All right, so Oscar wants to know, what do I look for specifically? Good question. Oscar, what I'm looking for, 2 things and only 2. Isn't that weird? I've been trading for 30 years and I brought it down to just 2 things. That's all I'm looking for. You ready, Oscar? Number 1, consistency of profitability. Think about it. Consistency of profitability. Are they consistently profitable? Yes or no? Number 2, weekly options. That's it. Consistency of profitability and weekly options. After that, Alex, it's all elementary. Okay, what direction is the stock going? It's not that difficult. Okay, up, down, up, down, up. That's it. Consistency of profitability and weekly options. I want to make sure anything that I buy is going to give me some kind of cash flow on a weekly basis. That just makes sense to me. What do we have over here? Can you show us how to set up Thinkorswim to do a covered call? How it shows cost and profit? Oh, alrighty, John. Good question. Now, John, you're relatively new here, and a question like that is probably best for the morning shows, but you're here, so let's take a look. So once you get your account set up, now I do walk people through setting it up the way I have mine set up. All these little tiny arrows, they're all over the place. Everywhere, you see them. Anytime you see one of those little tiny arrows, that means that's something that you can do there. Okay, so normally on this side of the screen, see this? On this side of the screen here, I usually just have the account information, my watch list, and my quick charts. That's all. Once in a while I use the calculator, but everything else I get rid of. Now over on this side of the screen, that's where my information is. Okay, information. Do this a little easier this way. Okay, the stock information right there. The open, the high, the low, the close, the bid, the ask, the volume. Everything you need to know about the stock, right there, right up there. But considering I do options, specifically call options, I want to take a look at the option chain. And that's the option chain right there. Here's the calls. These are puts. These are the strikes. These are the dates. Okay? Now, when I'm looking to do a covered call, well, I usually click on this right here. Right now it's on single, which is the value of a single option. But if I click on that, it opens up a little drop-down window. Single, vertical, back ratio, calendar, diagonal, straddle, strangle, covered. There it is right there, covered. Okay, and the rest of these, okay, I know how to do them. I know how to teach them, but I'm not going to. I'm giving away one trading strategy. I'm not asking for anything in return. I'm not even going to pitch you at the end of the night saying, hey, did you get some value out of it? Well, why not buy what I have to sell? We're all adults. We know how it works. I'm not going to insult your intelligence. We're here to learn. If you want to buy something, you know how it works. Go up in the bio, look at the books, look at the home study course, blah, 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 blah. But if I want to do a covered call, I click on that right here, and then I open up the covered stock. Then I make my choice of what strike price I want. Well, the stock that I'm looking at the moment, Hertz, is at 564. The closest strike price to 564 is going to be the 550. All right, so I want to buy it at 550, which would be right there. And the way you can tell is when you bring your cursor over here, there's a little tiny window right there that says buy. If I move it over to this column here, there's a little tiny window right there that says sell. I'm not selling, I'm buying a covered call. Now, buying a covered call is a two-step process. I buy the stock, I sell the option. Okay? So, I'm going to do the 550 right there. Now, I'm just going to show you one contract so you have a good idea of what it should look like and what it should sound like. Okay? Here it is right here. Buy one covered call, Hertz, HTZ. That is a weekly. Hold on, I got to prove that I'm human over here. Every once in a while, they give me a puzzle piece to fit into the square. Buy one covered call, Hertz, 16 January 26. That means the option is going to expire not this Friday, but next Friday. The 550 call options, we already figured this out because of the chart over here. 550 just makes sense. Okay? My profit, 27 bucks. My investment, 523 bucks per contract. So this is the part where you got to do that math. Remember that math you hated? What are we going to use algebra for? We use algebra every day. Okay? If I got a quarter tank of gas and I'm going to work, then I got to drive home, then I got to do this, and I got to do that, I'm going to need more gas. That's algebra. It's also common sense, you know? You got a quarter of a tank and you're driving around, well, yeah, I got to put gas in. Well, is that it? Or do you think to yourself, it takes me half hour to get to work, half hour to get back, I got to stop here, I got to stop there. What if something happens, I don't have enough gas for all of that? That's algebra. Same thing. What am I buying it for? 564. What am I selling it for? 550. What am I walking away with a profit? 27 bucks. What is it costing me per contract? 523. How many can I do? 100? 172? 15? 3? We're all different. We all have our own different paths. We all have our own risk factors. We all have our own goals in mind. The deal is what the deal is. Do you like Hertz? That's number one. Number two is, do you like Hertz at this current price? 566. Does a covered call make sense to you? If I'm buying it at this price here, I'm selling it at this price here. Okay, if it is at or above that price there, I get all my money back. I get that little bit of profit, and then I move on to something else. Does that make sense? It either does or it doesn't. Okay, I want to buy something and then I want to turn around and resell it. Okay, I want to buy this from you for $1. I want to turn around and sell it to you for $1 and collect a transaction fee. Well, what is that? That's the premium right there. You can call it whatever you want. The way I like to look at it is I'm not buying stocks and selling options. I'm creating weekly cash flowing assets. Every single stock that I own, every single stock that I buy is going to give me something on a weekly basis. Now, my goal is 1% per week. You got it, John? All right, thanks, John. My goal is 1% per week because 1% per week, we all know the math. 1 times 52 is going to be at least a 50% return if I can get 1% every week. Now, I'm going to come clean on this. And I got no problem whatsoever being transparent. Last year, I think I missed 4 weeks, maybe 5, maybe. 5 weeks out of 52. So did I make my 50% last year? Yeah, I did. But 4 or 5 weeks, I missed my 1%. One time I got 0.8. Another time I got 0.9. I think the worst I've ever did, I think, was like 0.4. Well, think about it. $100,000 account, 0.4 is only $400. Okay, 1% on $100,000 is $1,000. So 0.4 is like $400. So last year, I maybe missed 4 or 5 weeks. That's it. The year before, 2024, I missed 4. The year before that, I only missed 3, which was damn good, I think. Anyway, so that being said, I like that trade. Let's see what it is again. I'm not 100% sure. Might have to do, it's 5.1. Yeah, 5.1. Where did he do this one? Why are we doing this again? Squirrel. Anyway, what are the questions? What are the stocks you would recommend for fair, stable dividends? Jeeve, Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders. Okay, useful hobbies. Thank you for that. Tire Goat, thank you. Raf, good evening. Mr. 8028, good evening. Fit Pinto, holy cow, it's almost 11 o'clock already. Imagine that, time flies. All right, Zem, thank you for that. What else do you look for other than 3 days up? We already went through that. Georgia, how are you today? Thoughts on APLD? Ooh, APLD. APLD. I'm a little unhappy with APLD. Kevin, thank you for explaining. You're welcome. So is it safe to buy always in the money and covered stock on the ask side at market? Kevin, why don't you give me a buzz? Okay? No, drop your number. I will give you a buzz. Number one, I don't text. I don't Instagram. I don't Snapchat. I don't Telegram. Okay, I don't do any of that stuff. I do old-fashioned stuff. Yep. See all the gray hairs? Receding hairline? Yeah. I'm old. Deal with it. Okay? And we old people, we like to pick up the phone and use it as God intended. Good afternoon. How are you today? None of this texting crap. No. I like doing things old school. Send me your phone number. I will give you a call personally. So, Kevin, so is it safe to buy always in the money? Not at all. There's no such thing as always safe. I do 17 a month with CLM. Nice going, Joel. Is that Jao? Okay. Jao and Walter. All right, CLM. I don't do CLM because it's not, I don't think, is it monthly? No options. Okay, so I'm kind of curious. How do you do 17% every month with CLM and it has no options? So I'm kind of curious. CLM, it has no options. It's a month. It has no options at all. and it only has a 12-cent dividend. Okay, let's do some quick math here. Okay, if the dividend is 12 cents and the stock price is $8.46, that's 1.4%. Multiply that by 4, because you do that 4 times, multiplied by 4. Okay, it's 5.6% for the year. So I'm not quite sure how you're getting 17% a month with CLM, because it doesn't have, the dividends are only 1.4%. So how are you getting 17%? I'm not saying that you're not, I'm just kind of curious. That's what it shows in my Fidelity. Okay, it may show in the Fidelity, but the math is not mathing. Okay, it has no options, so it can't be an option trade. Monthly distributions? Well, the monthly distribution, September, October, November, December, it's still only 12 cents a share. Okay? Now, I'm not quite sure how you're getting 17% per month. Monthly distribution. Yeah, I see that. Okay? September, 12 cents. October, 12 cents. November, 12 cents. December, 12 cents. Yeah, I see it. But it's not coming up to 17%. Because even at 12 cents per share, and that's per month. Okay, so if you do that 12 cents per share, you multiply that. Okay, let's try that for a second. Okay, 12.2 multiplied by 12, because there's 12 months in the year, that's $1.46 for profit. Okay, now we divide that by the purchase price, $8.46. $8.46. Okay, you're not getting 17% per month. You're getting 17% per year. See, there's the 17. Okay, you're getting 12.2 cents per month. 12 cents per month multiplied by 12 months comes to $1.46. $1.46 divided by the stock purchase price at 17% per year. Nothing wrong with it, 17% per year. Nothing wrong with it at all, if that's what you like. But I'm looking for 1% a week, which is 50% per year. Okay? I'm glad you got it. All right, good. All right, so let's go back to where we were. It's past almost 11 o'clock. My. Okay. All right, next, do you give recommendations of the best companies? Okay, Royal One, you ready? Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, and anything on Warren Buffett's list. That's my recommendation. Some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience, of course. Righty then. Empire, how you doing? Kelly, how are you? Mad Dog River Rentals. Okay. Dream God, how are you doing? Selling at a loss is proper risk management if a falling knife scenario if you don't have protection. Thank you, Hertz. Now, I can say I have never got a stop loss. Never. I know how to do them. I just don't. Because I have a belief, Hertz, Heats, whatever it is. Number one, never buy something you don't want to hold on to. Once you make that decision, the going up, going down part is irrelevant. Okay, number one, never buy something you don't want to hold on to long term. That's rule number one. And then rule number two, never sell at a loss. And I understand that, selling at a loss is proper risk management if that's what you want to do. Me, I don't sell at a loss if I can help it. And I think I sold maybe one or two at a loss last year. One or two, maybe. Dr. Dev, hi everyone, sorry I'm late. TikTok would not let me log in. Oh no! Alrighty then. Nedard, Tesla. Well, Tesla's not really on my list, TSLA. Reason why it's not on my list is they don't have dividends. Now, the reason why I do dividend stocks, some of you may be asking, here is the reasoning. Are you ready? Here's the reason why I only do dividend stocks. Okay, number one, the first dividend stock became available in 1602. It was the Dutch East India Shipping Company. VOC was the ticker symbol. Okay, their promise to their investors were, you give us your money, we will share our profits with you. They actually did 18% for 198 years. Well, that's a long time, and that's a nice return. 18% for 198 years. It was an average. It wasn't 18% every year. It was an average of 18% per year. When I say I make an average of 1% every single week, well, some weeks I make 0.5%, some weeks I make 3 or 4%. But on average, it's around 1.4%. But my goal is 1. I'll take 1.4, I don't mind. So, that being said, the reason why I don't do Tesla is it has no dividends. Now, a dividend, 4 dates to remember when it comes to a dividend. Date number 1 is the announcement date. The announcement date is just somebody stepping up in front of the microphone saying, hey everybody, my name is James, this is Dividend Stock Talk brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader. We made so much money this year, this is how you're going to get yours. We have great plans for next year. You can't wait to see what's going on. That's the announcement. The announcement date. Date number 2 is the important date. That is the EX dividend date, and that is represented by these little green circles. See these little green dots? Those are companies that have increased their profits for at least a quarter of a century. So what do we have here? General Electric, Micron, Dollar General, JP Morgan, Comcast, Abbott Labs, Campbell Soups, AbbVie, Pfizer, Plains All American, Clorox, Colgate, Lowe's. You probably heard of all of those. Date number 3. Oh, wait a second. Date number 2, the EX dividend date. You need, if you want to collect the dividend, you need to buy it before the little green dot. Now, the reason why I do dividend stocks is because dividend stocks have a tendency to go up in value just before they pay their dividend. So I choose my stocks very wisely. Okay, Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, and anything on Warren Buffett's list. Those 5 lists will give me about 300 different companies. When I throw them into the calendar, it is separated by the date in which they pay their dividend. Why is that? Well, the first week of January, this is what I want to look at. The 16 companies. 16 for the first week right there. Second week, 3, 4, 10. 10 the second week of January. Third week of January, 3, 4, 5, 7, 10. Fourth week of January, 2, 4, 6, 8. Fifth week. Now, we might have more coming in because it's still early during the week. Okay? But I don't do Tesla because it doesn't have dividends. Now, I am going to do it eventually because there's no getting away from Tesla. I just got to figure out when do they move predictably so I can make sure I'm doing good. So I got 99 questions. What program chart are you using? Vegan Pixel. This is not a program, dude. This is a trading platform. It's called Think or Swim, and it is through Charles Schwab. All right. We got 99 questions. Let's see if we can go through all of them. All right. I'm just a Kai. Okay. How are you today? Miss Christie, thank you for that. Let them cook. All right. Did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? All these questions. Boy, wow, I missed quite a bit, didn't I? Wow, I did miss a lot. Okay, all right. Why not do a 30-45 DTE instead of weeklies for more premium? Well, that's an interesting question. Let's do some numbers and see how this theory works. Okay, so user 776-256-0244-220. What the hell were your parents thinking when they named you? Why couldn't it be Tim? A Todd? All right, 30 or 45. Okay, 30 would be February 6th. Okay, let's find out. February 6th. Okay, 23.22. The closest one's going to be the 23. Okay, so the 23, 30 days away, which would be 4 weeks, would be $1.28. Okay, so let's do the math. Clear. $1.28 divided by the purchase price, 23.22 comes to a grand total of 5.5%. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but should I do that again in case you missed it? Okay, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. What are we collecting? 5.5 on Macy's. Now, didn't we just say like 3 minutes ago that a 1 week option is going to give us 3.4%? 3.4% for a 10-day option, which is 1 week. 3.4. But you want to do a 30-day, which is paying 5%. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I take that 3.4% on average, multiply that by the 4 that you want to do, that's a hell of a lot higher than 5.5. It's a math thing. Let's do the 45. 45, 20 February would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 weeks. So I should get at least 7%, right? 45 right there. The 23 is 154. Okay. Calculator. 154 divided by the exact same stock price, 23.22, comes to the grand total of 6.6. Didn't we say it's going to be 7 weeks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 weeks to get 6.6. Okay, so let me see if I can, because I'm not 100% sure I understand this right. If I do Macy's 1 week at a time, well, this 1 week it's 4.3%. 4.3, wait a minute, no, that was for the 23.50. The 23, hold for a second. Okay, the 23, okay, the Macy's, whoops, 16 January, the 23 is going for 3.2% for 1 week. The 2350, exact same stock, Macy's, 1 week, the 2350 is going for 4.3%. So you want to do a 30-day, which is paying a little over 1% per week, 5.5% for a 30-day. And the 45-day is paying 6.6, which is less than 1%. So I'm a little confused. Okay, I do weeklies for a reason, because they're more profitable than doing 30-day or 45-day. Now, you get a bigger chunk up front, but I'd rather get 1% every single week. Okay, a 30-day, you're going to get, what did we say it was, 5 point something? Yeah, no thank you. I do weeklies for a reason. The numbers just work better. So I hope that made sense to you. Alrighty. Okay, so user 7762560244220. I'm going to call you Tim. All right, Tim. Okay, I don't do 30s and I don't do 45s. The numbers just don't work. Sorry. Vince, how you doing? Arvilo seems to grow nicely. Thank you, sir. Sorrowed Eyes. Interesting name. AVGO. I'm going to say no right off the top for AVGO. AVGO. And the reason is... Oh, wait a minute. No. Sorry. I like AVGO. It's AGNC I don't like. Yeah, AVGO, sure. We'll look at it next time. We don't have enough time tonight. Long Beach filmmaker back again. I seen you here before. All right. CNUG. Can we look at BOFA? Now, I'm pretty sure BOFA is Bank of America. Well, that's the wrong ticker symbol, dude. It's BAC. BAC is Bank of America. BAC. Bank of America. And hell no, dude. What the hell are you thinking? Seriously. CNUG. It's at the high of the year. Why the hell are we looking at something at the high of the year? What's the play? What are you thinking? Seriously. Because we're looking for opportunities to jump in and make a profit using a covered call because it's simple, it's safe, it's predictable, it's easy. But we can't do that with Bank of America, not at the high of the year. Okay, Long Beach filmmaker back again. Thank you very much. Chevron and Occidental Petroleum. I'll have to take a look at it later. You're in Long Beach. How does it feel to lose all those gas stations? I read something that a lot of the gas stations are closing up because they can't afford to put in the new tanks that the state government wants. So a lot of them are just folding up and saying, yeah, no, thank you. So it ought to be interesting, you people in California, where are you going to get your gasoline from if all the a lot of the gas stations closed. Cassidy Perry, how are you today? Incognito, Fred. Steve McConnell, how are you doing today? Thank you for that, Incognito. Dan Brunette, how are you? Life with Donna. Oh, that's a lovely name. Life with Donna. How is Life with Donna? Okay, Chris Conklin, how are you today? Wist 25. Yeah, but who goes to Macy's? Oh, yeah. You had to throw that in there, didn't you? Oh, pick another one. Pick another stock that you think is going to prove your point. Think about this. Okay? Now, I've been doing this for quite a while. You sure you want to go up against me with what you're saying? A 30 or a 45 is better than doing weeklies. David Carroll, what is a good stock to do the wheel method? Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, Warren Buffett's list. Any one of those. Nick, do you ever close a position early to take a profit if it's up? you don't quite understand how options work. Nick, let me explain briefly. Briefly, Nick. If I'm going to do a covered call, right? The stock's at 57.25. If I do the 57.50, okay, I can pick up $1.13. That's just tiny bit shy of 2%. Now, let's say, hypothetically speaking, the stock goes up $3. Let's say it goes up $3. So now it's at $60. Okay? 57.25, the stock goes up $3. Now it's at 60. I would love to sell and grab that profit, but you're missing something. You're missing the delta. The delta is one of those Greeks that tells you how the option performs in direct relationship to the strike price or the stock price. So as the stock goes up $3 to hit 60, well, that option goes up 49 cents for each dollar. Okay? So the stock goes up $3. That means the option goes up 49 cents multiplied by 3. That's $1.48. $1.47. Okay? So I originally got 113. Stock jumps up to 60. The option's going to go up $1.47. So now the option is $2.70. I have to buy that back before I can sell the stock. Because anytime you buy a stock and sell an option, you're basically promising that to someone else. It's kind of like a first right of refusal. It's like, oh, it went up, great. I want to sell. No, because you sold somebody the first right of refusal or the stock option. And as the stocks go up, the option goes up dollar, not dollar for dollar. The option goes up directly related to the delta. So if the stock goes up $1, the option is going to go up 49 cents. If the stock goes up $2, well, the option is going to go 98 cents. Doesn't sound like a lot, but do the math. It doesn't really help to try to sell the stock if it jumps up, because you're still going to get the option out of the way. And as the stocks go up, so do the options. So Nick, it's a math problem. Okay? Anytime you buy a covered call, you buy the stock, you sell the option. If the stock jumps up, so is the price of the option. So sometimes it just doesn't make sense to do that. ONDS. I never heard of that. ONDS. ONS. Hell no. Okay, what? I would say what the hell they name that is, but I can't even read that. But why are we looking at something's at the high of the year? No. Buck Sexton. Nuvation Bio. You got to give me the ticker symbol, dude. That means absolutely nothing to me. You do realize there's over 10,780 some odd stocks available. I don't know the names of all of them. I don't know the ticker symbol. Mike, how are you? DB, what's going on? Nick Dolan, how's it going? Git 5. Big K, what's going on? ON. WFT Moody. What the Friday? What the fire truck, dude? Wiki. Guyos, what's happening? Real Joy Dude, selling at the money calls. Don't we want the stock to go down so we get the option expire 0? All right, Real Joy Dude, I don't care what the stock does. But isn't that weird? I don't care what the stock does. My main concern, I have two main concerns. One, consistency of profitability. Two, weekly options. That's it. Consistently profitable with weekly options. Now, when I say consistently profitable, I'd like to get 2 decades. That's 20 years. 20. Okay, so selling at the money. Okay, real joy dude. First, you got to buy the stock. 24.30. Sell the option. 24.50. Pick up the premium. Okay? If the stock stays the exact same, doesn't move at all, the value of this option will slowly deteriorate to zero. That's what I'm looking for. At the money. Okay? If the stock goes up, this will go down to, this will go up also. But if it goes up, somebody will take it away from me. And I get all my money back. And I still collect that. If the stock goes down, I still collect this, and then next week I'll have to sell another option. Let's keep on keeping on. What do we have next? Hello down here. Hey, Dev, what's going on? Hi, all right, Dev, what's going on? All right. Welcome. Keep it nice, or bye-bye. Thank you for that. YouTube showing monitor is not working properly. Yeah, we did that one. Yeah, no sound. We already fixed that one. I prefer penny stocks or crypto that are in the pennies. It's about multiple. So you'll most likely make money with a good penny investment. Okay. Macy's looks decent at 1.6 on the 23.5 January 9, but it is almost near the top for the 1 year. You're absolutely right. It's moving into a new trading range. RBOT. Martin, what is RBOT, Martin? RBOT. Vicarious Surgical. No options. Sorry, no. Okay, Martin. No, I no options, no thank you. Try DNN. What the hell is DNN? Denison Mines. No. What is it with you guys asking me about stuff that's at the high? That's at the high, dude. No. There's no opportunity. Are you showing us that it's at the high? Hey, look at this. It's at the high. Yeah, great. What are we going to do with it? There's no opportunity there. Grab long calls. Nope, don't do that. Ooh, thoughts on A-Lab. A-L-A-B. Interesting. Astral Labs. 160. The 160 is going for 890. Holy cow. You see that? Now, this is not on my list. I have no idea who this company is. I'm just, going by what someone said. So A-Lab, it's at 161. The 160s are going for 890. That's a huge number. The 162s are going for 770. Okay. Well, here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. It drops, shoots up, drops again, back up. What's going on there? Well, there's a lot of activity there. Well, what's going on? Last 90 days, last 3 months, top, bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Well, if you really like it, I'd wait a little bit. And the reason why I say wait a little bit, bottom's out here, shoots up, here's the new high, now she's coming back down again. Wait for it to finish. Because as you see, down, bottom, up, down, bottom, up, down, bottom, up, down, where's the bottom? Wait for the bottom to show up before she turns around. If you really like this. I have no idea who they are. I have no idea. All right. What else do we got? Ooh, 40 more. Oh, wow. Real joy do, Jonah, thanks. So why not sell out of the money calls? Not enough money there. Think about it. Okay? Why would I sell? So, okay. I put 100,000 in air stock. All right, Bond, thank you for that. Nate Cunningham, do you respond to personal investing question? Sure I do. You send it here to TikTok. Angus, PSRHF. Really? PSRHF. No. 2 reasons why it's a no, Angus. Reason number 1, no options. Reason number 2, this thing's at 80 cents. There's no way on God's green earth a stock that is at 80 cents is going to have 2 decades. That's 20 years of increased profits. My wife forbid me from this show, but she's asleep. Bernatello, how are you? Costanastra, what makes you think if I don't like Meta that I'm going to like Google? 314. Okay, here's the bottom, here's the top. Look at this, down, up, down, up. Where do you think it's going next? I mean, look at it. Okay, here's the top at 328. Well, there's not much room there to move. On a $300 stock, we need more room to move. The top is here. I don't want to play. No, that's a little dangerous game for me. A little too close for me, brother. Sorry. Now, had you called and told me here, it was a different story. Because here, it kind of made sense. But here, it doesn't make sense. Miss Christie, thank you for the roses. Marlene, HMY. What the hell is that? HMY. Harmony Gold Mining. No. Isn't that weird? No. Simple. No. Why? I don't do monthlies. Okay? It means you can only trade it once a month. Okay? And if I'm doing good, great. Once a month, I'm getting 12 to 24%. Yeah, no, thank you. Guapo! ¿Qué pasa, amigo? ¿Cómo está? ¿Está bien? Micron Technologies, MU. Hell no. Hell no. I don't buy anything at the high of the year. What trade do you think is going to be there? It's at the high of the year. The only trade I can possibly see is buying a put option, which guaranteeing is going to go down. Eventually it will. Simone is in the house. Okay, Ryan Sprang, JEPQ, hell no. SPYI, no. QQQI, no. OMAH, never heard of it. JEPI, that's my jam. Well, okay. Now, I don't like any one of those, Ryan. Let me explain to you why I don't like them. Besides the fact that they're being rammed down your throat, not really telling you that they're not profitable, JEPQ. Okay, we're going to do the same thing we did 2 seconds ago. Okay, Ryan, check it out. JP Morgan, Equity Premium Income ETF, JEPQ. See it right there, JEPQ? Okay, well, let's see all the profits that they have. Okay, so JEPQ, Ryan, has only been paying dividends for 3 years. 3 years, Ryan. 3 years. That's it. Okay, 37, 34. That's down. 40, higher. 54, higher. Okay, it goes 37, 34. That's lower. 40, 54, that's higher. 38, that's lower. 68, 54, lower. 38, lower. 68, 54, lower. 57, 44, lower. 43, lower. 45, 48, 35, lower. 36, 45, 41, lower. 42, 39, lower. 34, lower. 38, 42, 43, 45, 42, lower. 42, 55, 55, 49, lower. 50, 45, lower. Do you see this, Ryan? Higher, lower, 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 higher, higher, lower, 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 higher, lower, lower. Yeah, no consistency of profitability on this 3-year-old company. 3 years old. Okay? June 1st, 2022 was the first dividends. Less than 3 years. Okay? Higher, lower, 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 higher, higher, low. No. No consistency of profitability whatsoever. Let's do SPY. SPYI. SPYI. Give it a second. Here it is. NEO's S&P 500 High Income ETF, SPYI. Let's check and see if they are consistently profitable. Now this goes all the way back to September 2022. Again, another company that's only 3 years old. 48, 46, that's lower. 47, 46, lower. 47, 46, lower. 48, 48, 49. 50, 48, lower. 49, 46, lower. 47, 48, 49. 50, 48, lower. 50, 50, 50, 55, 51, lower. 52, 52. Do you see the same problem? Same problem. 50, 46, lower. 50, 50, 51, 51, 52, 52, 52, 53. More lower than higher. QQQI. It's going to be the exact same thing. Apparently, you're buying crap, and they're trying to tell you it's caviar. That's a good one. Okay, so let's do QQQI. Maybe that's different. Well, maybe it is. No, hell no, it ain't. Look at this, Ryan. First dividend, February 21st, 2024. What is this thing, 2 years old? Let's see about the profits. 59, 60, 58, lower. 61, 62, 61, lower. 64, 60, lower. 61, 61. 62, 62, 61, lower. 58, lower. 53, lower. 63, 62, lower. Do you see the same problem here, Ryan? JEPQ? No. SPYI? No. QQQI? No. OMAH. I never heard of this one. OMAH. OMAH. What the heck is that? Oh, Vista Shares, Berkshire Hathaway Income ETF, OMAH. Oh, this thing's only 1 year old. Ryan, it's only not even 1 year old. March 27, 2025. Okay, minor problem. Are you ready? 25, 23, that's lower. 24, 23, that's lower. 24.6, 24.3, that's lower. 24.2, that's lower. 24.1, that's lower. 23.4, that's lower. 23.8. Okay. 24.1, 23.4, that's lower. These, you haven't named one that is actually profitable. Okay, JEPI. This one I know also. Piece of crap, in my humble opinion, because it's not consistently profitable. I don't know what the younger generation does this for. JP Morgan, Equity Premium Income ETF. JEPI. Profitability. Let's go. 23, 22, 21, 20. Okay. It's 5 years old. Look what this is, Ryan. You ready? 49. The very first premium. 49. The very first dividend. 49. 29. That's a 25% decrease. Okay? 49, 29, down. 45, 43, down. 51, 50, down. 54, 26, down. 32, 34. 37, 31, down. 39, 25, down. 33, 34, 36, 38, 45, 38, down. 38. 46, 58, 46, down. 51, 62, 49, down. 48, down. 60, 61, 57, down. 44, down. 41, down. 44, 42 down. This has more down weeks than it does, down months than it does up months. Every single thing you named off, Ryan, every single one of them is less than 5 years old. Do you have any idea how easy it is to accumulate a lot of funding and just ride out the funds and just give out money? Okay, JEPI is the oldest company you have in there. And what is it, 5 years old? That's it, 5 years old. Why are you putting your money into companies that haven't proven themselves yet? Now, when I say proven themselves, any company can get from the first 3 to 5 years. It's like 1 out of 1,000 will get to 10 years. One company out of 1,000 will get to 10 years. Each one of these, JEPQ, SPI, QQI, OMAH, JEPI, not a single one of them is consistently profitable. Not a single one. Now, I don't tell people what to invest in, but I tell you what I invest in. I invest in companies that are consistently profitable, Ryan. Let me show you one. Okay. You ready? Check this out, Ryan. 2006. 2006 is 20 years ago. When I'm going to invest money in any company that I'm looking at, I want 2 decades of consistent profitability. You ready, Ryan? Here we go. 2006, 15, 22, 22 and a half, 22 and a quarter. Was that right? No, 22 and a half. 2009, 22, 36, all right, 23, 25, 29, 39, 47, 59, 69, 89, 103, 136, 150, 165, 190, 209, 225, 230. Did you notice, Ryan, each and every year, that number got higher and higher and higher and higher? It was Home Depot. It's got 5 decades of consistent increased profits. 5 decades. That means every year the number's higher and higher and higher. Every single company on your list has got another 45 years to catch up to Home Depot. And yours aren't even profitable. All right, next. Next, NVO. Kevin, we looked at NVO earlier today. Zem wants to take a look at Kohl's. Now, I'm going to take a look at Kohl's another day. Okay, let's finish doing what we're doing. Micron Technology, we already looked at that one. Real Creamy. Is investing in VOO good? If that's what you're looking for, if you're looking for what VOO is offering, I say, yeah, go ahead. Nate Cunningham, main goal is growth. Okay, well, you're definitely in the wrong place, Nate. Now, the reason I say that, Nate, is I don't want you wasting your time, because I'm not looking at growth stocks. I'm looking at income stocks. So as much as I hate to send you away, well, because, I'm here to teach people. My goal is a simple, safe, predictable 1% per week. That's over 50% per year. You're looking for growth. You're definitely in the wrong place. Did we go over SoFi? Yes, we did. Chen Jaden, how are you today? Call me Joe. Warren retired. Did he finally? Good for him. Sebi, Uber is not 20 years old. SoundHound is not consistently profitable. KTOS, take a look at it tomorrow. SoFi, next time. Lisa, thank you. You're welcome. VGT. Real Creamy. VGT. Vanguard. No, I don't do monthlies. Who came up with that one? Okay, Real Creamy. I don't do monthlies. Okay, those are months of the year. We look alike. All right, thank you, M. All right, Uber, we already did that. Leland, appreciate your candor. Thank you, Leland. Travis, how are you? Sabe, how are you doing? Okay, we already did that one. Oh, Pierre, one word, VWIAX. What the hell is that? VWAIX. Can't find that symbol. VWAIX. We can't find that symbol. Well, that means no then. Okay, Long Beach filmmaker. We'll take a look at Chevron and Occidental Petroleum tomorrow. Joe, CVS. Okay, we'll look at it tomorrow. Do you have any leading indicators for Stranger Things episode 9? Absolutely. What are weekly options? Uh-oh, Leland wants to know what a weekly option is. Well, Leland, a weekly option is almost the same as a monthly option. It gives somebody the right to do something by a certain date. Let me see if I can explain this a little bit better. Currently, AT&T is at $24.34. Okay, if I want to buy it at this price here, and I want to sell it at that price there, I can do that with a call option, selling somebody something at a certain price called the strike price by a certain date called the strike date or the expiration date. 9 January is this Friday, 16 January is next Friday, 23 January, 2 Fridays away, 3 Fridays away, 4 Fridays away. So every Friday, we have an option expiring. Those are weekly options. They expire every Friday. So every Friday, I can write a covered call and collect a premium and collect money every single week. Wow, 58. Didn't we just do this a couple of minutes ago? A couple of minutes ago, there was 99 questions, like an hour ago. Now we have down to 58. They keep reproducing like rabbits. DNN, too high right now, and terrible options. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I'm going to agree with him. ALB looks great, option premiums, but currently working downward. ALB? No, wait a minute. A-Lab. Oh, yeah, it's dropping. Yeah, you missed that opportunity. It was right there. You shot up, pulled back. There's your bottom right there. Yep, you missed that opportunity. That's okay. It'll pop up again. DN, no dividends. I hear you. Thank you, Lex. Thanks for the sound. You got it. Now, picking up double sound reverb. Yeah, we got that one. Sell, not buy, you said. No. Okay. Lexlin. You're correct. I did say sell and I did say buy. Okay? So doing a covered call, I buy the stock, I sell the option. Now the option expires every week. So once I buy the stock, regardless of what I pay for it, that is mine at that price until I decide to sell it. Now, when I sell a call against it, giving somebody the rights to buy it from me at a certain price by a certain date, that is a covered call. Covered means I own the stock already. Now, no fake news says, fix the camera, please, is reversed. You do realize I got 1,500 videos on YouTube. You think that by now I could figure it out, right? It's a YouTube thing, okay? Nothing wrong with my cameras because I do have cameras that do invert it, but this camera doesn't, and YouTube doesn't allow me to switch it around. So as much as I'd like to adhere to your request, it's not that easy. Hey, I thought it was my eyes. Yep, nope. Mark Stuckey, greetings, James. Bought Campbell last month, a few weeks of good premiums. Now it is stalled, a buck below entry. I don't want to sell for a loss, and the premiums are not worth selling. Well, CPB. Ooh, dropping, dropping, dropping. Okay, so I'm kind of curious. Okay, why not go out to February? What's the February 30s going for? Ooh, yuck. The 29s. Yeah, I see the problem. A little bit of the options aren't that great. Well, you got to wait until it pulls back. Okay, Long Beach, we already talked about Chevron and Occidental Petroleum. We'll do it another day. iTrade, what's up? Rafat, what's your opinion on NVO? NVO. Don't I have some NVO? I think I do. NVO. I do have some NVO. What's my opinion? I'm not quite sure what you mean my opinion is, because I already own it. I own it at 61, right here, 61. Okay, now it dropped down to 40. Now it's up to 56. I'm in at 61. Okay, I'm gonna write this week. I think I wrote the 58s. I think this week. Not 100% sure. I got too much going on. Eldad, what's happening? Sean Hill, how are you doing? Christopher, Nix, what's going on? PC, I have 1.8 liquid. What can I do to make weekly income? I need 25,000 per week minimum. Well, alrighty then. 1.8 is not going to give you 2,500. I mean 25,000 per week. See, 1% of 1.8 is only 18,000 a month, 18,000 a week. PC. Okay? Yeah, 1.8 million. That's, 18,000 a week, not 25. Sorry. I look for a simple, safe 1% per week. Even with a big number like that, that's still, maybe you get 20,000, but you're not going to get 25. Tell them to put it all on red on the roulette wheel. Way to go, Douglas. Okay. LBX85. What stocks should I invest into? Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders. Wow, 64. Wasn't there like 55 questions a little while ago? Like 30 questions ago? I answered 30 questions and 40 more show up. Okay, PC, we already talked about that. Totus. What was your ROI for 2025? Okay, now Totus, you do realize I got 7 different accounts. Which one do you want to know what the rate of return was? Glowvault, how are you? 1% weekly, yep. Merv Adkins, did you hear Warren Buffett is stepping down? Well, don't you think he should? Which stock or option gives 1%? Oh my goodness. There's dozens upon dozens of them. How do options work? Uh-oh. There's no name there. So I have no idea who to talk to. Ken Ray, yeah. Calm pays monthly. Yeah, I know that. CLM. Okay, Nutella, SoFi. Okay, options work relatively simple. Okay, let's say hypothetically you own a car. It's in the backyard, collecting dust, rust, all that kind of nice, neat stuff. So you take that, you push it out in the front yard, and you say, hey, I want $5,000 for this. Okay, slap a for sale sign it. Somebody stops by and says, hey, I like your car. Let me give you a couple $100, hold it for me till Friday. If he shows up on Friday, he gives you the money for the car. If he doesn't show up on Friday, you keep that non-refundable deposit, same thing, and then you sell it to someone else the next week. Nicholas Winkler, what ticker? Dude, there's so many of them. Right now we're looking at NVO. Eric, AGNC, we already looked at that one. Then add premium. Thank you, Suave Jave. AGNC, okay. Do you offer training? Absolutely, Leroy. How are you doing today? Bad job. USPS pays $1.64 per share. I'm not 100% sure what you mean by that. Okay, but USPS has no options, and it's at 1.2 cents. I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, you're talking about $1.64 per share. Well, it's 1.2 cents per share. USPS. Okay, we might have something different in mind because this is 1.2 cents per share. The current price, 1.2. So I think you got the ticker symbol wrong. Definitely not USPS. Okay, McLovin, Leo, Verizon. We looked at Verizon earlier today. SoFi, looked at it earlier. KGB, what's happening? ULTY pays weekly, 54 cents per share. Oh, boy. Ugh. ULTY. We're going to go over to Yahoo Finance. It's a financial website. Gives you information. I am PS, Inertia, got Iona. Okay. Okay, Bad Jav. Yield Max, Ultra Option Income, ETF, ULTY. It's at $38.25 per share. Okay, and you're saying it pays 54 cents weekly, 54 cents. Okay, well, let's take a gander. Okay, December 31st, 48. That's not 54. December 24th, 57. December 17th, 49. December 10th, 54. 58, 59, 64, 73, 79, 85. 90, 91, 91, 92, 93, 95. $1. Is that getting smaller? Think about it. July 2025, it's at $1.03. September, we're at 92. October, we're at 85. November, we're at 59. December, we're at 48. That thing's going down. Just an observation. All right, it's almost midnight. I'm going to call it a night. Verizon, SMH, got it, Shelby. Which one is better? PG, Jack, Nutella, Zeb. Okay. Zeb? What the hell is Zeb? Z-E-B, Zeb. There is no Zeb. Lo, what company is this? Oh, what company is this? Okay. We were looking at USPS. You clicked fade to black. Did I really? Fade to black. Yeah, okay. Next. What type of monitor is that? It's called a Vibe. Why do you like weeklies? Because I'm retired, I got nothing else to do, and I like to get 1% every single week. You can't get that with a monthly option. Aubins. If selling options is so easy, why almost no one does it? Good question. When you figure that out, you let me know. Jarf, you're up 11% this year. Woohoo! Good for you, dude. Never answered my CAG or KHC. The carpet guy. CAG. Isn't that Conagra? Okay. Conagra's going down, dude. Look at that. Okay? Up, down. Just give it some time before it, what do you call it? Once it hits the bottom, it'll shoot up again if you like Conagra. KHC, I usually don't do it because it's not as profitable as I would like it to be, and it's doing the exact same thing. Okay, up, down, looking for a new bottom. There's your answer. Camera is fine, thank you, Jarf. So you own 100 shares of the stock all ready to write a contract. Absolutely. 86, yep, 100 shares equals 1 contract. Have you looked at HIMS? I actually own HIMS. Yep, we do that every day. Tylenol guy. Okay, I wonder who Tylenol guy is. Nobody calls me that name. I'm kind of curious on who you are, because not very many people call me Jimmy. Okay. HIMS, yep. Lowe's, good, go to bed. Yep, I'm going to bed very soon. I got a call up. Okay. That's when the echo started. Sorry, Brian. Oh, look at that. We are done. Asim, Comcast, we'll take a look at tomorrow. Thank you for doing the Lord's work. Yeah, I'm not quite sure the Lord actually does stocks, but okay. Alrighty, what do we have down here? All right, I have Campbell soup, all right. Also, Mark, it may break upward because of the dividend in a couple of days. Science teacher, no. Thanks, I was thinking of that, but needed confirmation. Nice. Oh, stock teacher, I was off. Yeah, just a smidge. You're welcome. All right. Selfie cam makes all the backwards. Graphs are backwards. Yeah, if I turn the camera around, yeah, I can get it going normally, but I wouldn't be able to see your questions. So would you prefer looking at the chart properly, or would you prefer me answering your questions? You can't have them both. Okay, so if I turn the camera around, everything will be normal, but then I won't be able to see any of your questions. Sadly, Cam makes all the things backwards. Yep, nobody knows anything. Yeah, yep, the great Socrates once said that. All I know is I know nothing. That's what the great Socrates said. This Ben, okay, Ben, how you? What about UNH? Look at me tomorrow. DNN, we looked at that, no. I don't do Bitcoin. DNN's no good. Oh, any good small gold, silver mining companies? I don't do any of those, Henry. Okay, I want cash flow. Okay, I don't want, profit in the future. Buddy, just go to all TSLA. No. What? Okay, Block Top 777. Why? Why would I go all in on TSLA? TSLA. Okay, number one, TSLA is coming down at the moment. That's number one. Number two, TSLA doesn't have any profits to share. So the only way you're going to get money on TSLA is by doing a covered call every single week and hope it doesn't drop, because there's no predictability in it. A dividend stock has predictability. They do the same things over and over and over again. TSLA does not. So no, I don't do Tesla. Sorry. So you're trading options against your Macy's position for income. Yeah. No long list. He is selling options on his stocks and receiving the premium as income. Thank you, up, down. Are you concerned about time decay? No, I love time decay. Remember, time decay is my friend in this situation. If I'm selling something for $1 on Monday, my hope is that $1 option on Monday is worth nothing on Friday. I want time decay. I want that thing. If I'm selling something, okay, eventually I got to buy it back. So I welcome time decay. Okay, so as the sands flow through the hourglass, so do the dollars in our options. Flow. I want it to go down. I want it to go down. If it goes up, fine. They take my stocks away, and boom, I still keep my profit. Thank you, Miss Christie. That was very nice of you. Are you concerned about? No, thanks. Okay, got that one. So you pick up the strike closer to the stock price. I'd like to get it exact same at the money. Okay, so if I'm buying TSLA at 432, 433, I want to sell the 432s, whatever's closest, in the money or at the money. Whatever's closest is going to give me the higher rate of return. You're welcome. Oh, you're welcome. Time decay doesn't matter when you're selling options. Thank you there, up, down. Oh, okay. I only slightly remember a trader 5 years ago received premiums off of his ride position. I believe he averaged down until it went bankrupt. But he had a sizable account, so I believe it didn't hurt. Okay. Number one, I've never heard of ride. Okay, I like companies that have at least 2 decades. That's 20 years of increased profits. Dev, yes, I wanted to help you with the whiteboard issue. Thank you, Dev. Please see if you have time to call me after the stream. Yeah, I will. Call Dev. I'm old. I got to write stuff down. What the hell happened to my screen? Uh-oh, they both went out. That must mean it's time to go. Oh, fuck, it's 12 o'clock. Yeah, I'm done. Dev, do I have your number? Oracle, we looked at Oracle earlier. Lost you on TikTok, Dividend Stock Talk. Did you? Okay, sorry about that, Ken. You're back, thank you. Graphs and everything backwards because of the selfie cam, absolutely. Bitcoin, no thank you. Tesla, okay, whatever. I don't do Tesla. QQQ to 600, I don't do QQQ either. Tiger King. Who the hell is Tiger King? No idea who he is. CLM. He probably bought CLM in December 15, only 2025, to get that 17%. Sincerely. Yeah, no, it doesn't work that way. Sorry. You actually, see, to get that full 17%, what he was talking about, you have to hold it for the whole year because you get a premium every single month. And then at the end of the year, it ends up to the 17. Chuck. Amazon and MU booming and won't hold gains is a put option in order. Ooh, sounds good. Now, I don't do Amazon, AMZN. I don't do that because they have no dividends. Yeah, no, thank you. Why is my screen dead? There we go. That one's on. There he goes. That one should be on next. All right, there it is. STPDSH. How do you pronounce that? Stepdish? NHTC. What the hell is that? NHTC. Natural health trend. No. Sorry, battery low. All right, close that out. All right, what else do we have? What's your favorite Ernest movie? Gotta say Ernest Scared Stupid is a personal favorite, though Ernest Goes to Jail is a Greta too. Okay. We don't buy options on this channel. Thank you, Dev. I sell options. 17% per year makes sense, sincerely. Yeah, now that 17% per year is if you hold it all year and collect all the dividends. You don't need any of this stuff. Just hit Bitcoin and let it do the work for you. Okay, Kaiser, I appreciate your input. I do. But as far as I remember, Bitcoin doesn't have weekly options. And Bitcoin, as far as I know, doesn't pay on a weekly basis. Okay, now as nice as you think Bitcoin is, there's no product behind it. Where do you see the value other than, somebody across the pond saying, yeah, I think it's worth this. That's basically it. Yeah, I think it's worth this. Yeah, I don't think it's worth this. There's nothing behind it. other than a wink and a nod from some stranger on the other side of the screen. There you go, buddy. Thank you. Sorry, I need a little bit more than that. Just a smidge. What happened with gold? Don't know, don't care. Silver recently went up. Don't know, don't care. It's not on my list. Micron took it to 345 today. Okay. MU 345. Okay. JPM was about 128 early in 23. Okay, JPM. Why do we care about that one? Again, another high of the year. Not interested in anything high of the year. Alrighty. All right. I'll take 60%. I'll take 40%. I'll take either one. I want to pay for your knowledge and help. Thank you, Bones. Invest in Trump. Talk about Trump coin. How about no? Why is your camera flipped? Every word is backwards. If you know a way to make the selfie camera, that means the camera on the screen that you're looking at, to show the normal way, please let me know. Because over the last 15 years, nobody's been able to tell me how to invert the selfie cam. We looked at Bank of America, about $56. I buy clothes from Macy's. Okay. He means direct relationship, sincerely. I have no idea what that means. We don't talk politics on this channel. Thank you. I don't like politics either. Rocket Lab, we already looked at that. APLD, I already looked at that. Tiger. Chris, what is Tiger? T-I-G-I-T-I-double-G-R. Why are we looking at this? Seriously, why? Now, the reason why I'm asking why, Chris, okay, here's the high of the year. Here's the low of the year. Look what it did. Up, down, up. What's going on right there? The last 30 days, well, 30 days ago, we're at $8. We shoot up. Now she's pulling back. What play is it that you see there that I don't? Because I like covered calls. Buy the stock, sell the option, get a nice premium, go to the next one. Okay, what do you see there that I'm not seeing? It shot up, now it's coming down. It's doing exactly. So how do I learn your process? Keep showing up. Keep asking questions. Now, I try not to sell anything. I do, seriously. I try not to sell anything. We're all adults. You're here. You should know that I've written books. I have a course. I have a live trading account that people actually pay to be part of. Now, I'm not trying to sell anything, but that's how you learn. You either show up here every night and ask questions, you learn that way, or you say the hell with it and you buy something that I have to sell and you learn that way. It's a lot cheaper if you just come and show up every night and ask questions. The only way charting works is because other people do charting prove me wrong. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. So let me show you the way I do charting. Because a lot of people do charting differently. Okay, let me show you what I'm looking for. This is just what I'm looking for. Okay, you might be looking for something different and you may do charting differently than I do. First thing I want to do when I see a chart, I want to look at the 1 year chart because it gives me an idea what has the stock done this year. Where's the high of the year? Where's the low of the year? Where was it a year ago? You ready? Here we go. The high of the year. The low of the year. Where was it a year ago? Where is it now? And what is the flow? What is the buying and selling looking like? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Why don't we just do this? Up, down, up. That's the flow. Up, down, up. Pretty simple, right? Well, now I want to do the 90-day chart, the last 3 months. That's pretty close. Not exact. Same thing. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? What's the motion? Down, up, down, up, down, up. Now I want to look at the 30-day chart. 3 months. 1 month, 30 days. Okay, here's your last 30 days. the high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Sideways up. That's pretty easy. Now, for my final chart, chart number 4, I want to look at seasonality. This is not something I usually do here, but somebody asked me about charting. Here is seasonality, if you know what that is. All the way to the left is January 1st, way over here. All the way over here is December 31st. What you see here, this red line, that represents 10 years of average movement. That's what the stock does on average over the last 10 years. First quarter, she shoots up, drops down, goes sideways for a bit. Halfway through the second quarter, she shoots up and basically goes down for the rest of the year. Not something I want to do. Now, this blue line over here represents the movement this year. So I want to look at 4 charts. 1 year, 90-day, 30-day, seasonality. What does the stock normally do? Well, normally this time of year, the stock goes up. Right until about mid-February, then she drops. Then she jumps back up again, and then she drops back down again. That's a predictable pattern. Does it do it every year? Well, maybe it will, maybe it won't. Okay. I'm going to call it a night. It's 10 past 12. You guys have a great day. We're going to do this all over again tomorrow. So we will see you tomorrow. Have a great night, everyone. And now the end is near. And so I face the final curtain. My friends, I'll say it clear. I'll state my case, for which